Welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to Gaming. This video is a PSA and a little bit of a rant. Oh yeah, I have it in me to rant. I know you will think of me as some level-headed RPG vlogger, someone who never loses their temper, someone who always restricts criticism to the constructive and the kind, someone who only sees the best in games and wants the hobby to be nothing but positivity, light, happiness, and encouragement. Well, I do want all of those things. But sometimes I get contacted. Sometimes, usually about once, twice a month. And I don't really care about this kind of contact, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway, because it pertains to something important to me. Sometimes I'll get comments. Mostly it's in comments. Sometimes people will actually reach out to me via MatthewDawkins.com, my website, which I have always made very available to people. I like when people contact me through that website. It's lovely to hear about your games, your work, the kind of games I'm working on, that you're looking forward to, all of that. But sometimes people will get in touch with me via MatthewDawkins.com or in the comments, and they will say, I love your videos. I love how you talk about games in a positive way. You don't focus on the negative. I love that you don't rant and rave. This isn't some reaction, farming content, or words to that effect. I don't know what people call it. But you do have a habit of shilling the games you work on. I would enjoy your YouTube channel a lot more if you sold the things you worked on a lot less. Maybe just style them as reviews, one person said. Instead of telling us to buy things, just tell us how good they are. It's the hard sell you don't like. It's that you don't want to be told, I would like for you to spend some money on this product. And this video of mine now is my response. I understand. I don't like ads. I don't like commercials. I don't like someone coming to my door asking me to buy their thing. However, when I ask you to buy books I've worked on, it isn't because I'm money hungry, although money definitely helps. And if you want to pay me something, it's on MatthewDawkins.com. That's my PayPal link is over there. I've also got a Patreon. It's very popular. It isn't just about money. It isn't just about pride, even though I am very happy with these games that I develop, that I write on, that I edit, these various games that I've worked on as a consultant, as a translator. I've worked on lots of games and I want to tell people about them. So it isn't just that. But it is a sense of joy, a sense of accomplishment, a sense of wanting to share the good news, if you like. If I've worked on something and I want to tell people about it, that makes a lot more sense to me than keeping it hidden and trying to rely on some invisible algorithm trying to promote it on my behalf without any pushing or coaxing from me. So while I do understand that the hard sell can be unpleasant, it can be awkward, it can be preachy, I need you to understand that when you work in any kind of creative field, you want people to find out about your work, and your work won't make its way out there without help. The RPG industry is quite cottage. You don't get a lot of people promoting each other's work freely. So that means I have to come onto this YouTube channel and tell you about the games I've worked on. The World Below, Curseborn, They Came From, all of the World of Darkness games and Chronicles of Darkness games, Scion, Trinity Continuum. I have worked on so many things and I want you to find them. I want you to find them and I want you to enjoy them. Not because I need my ego inflated. You can keep your comments to yourself if you want, but I love to hear people's stories. I love to hear how people have picked up a game I've worked on and turned a simple sentence I might have added to it into an entire campaign. I love to hear about how I may have come up with a playable archetype and you made that character yours, and it completely changed your role-playing experience. When I've heard people say that kind of thing about their adventures in the world below, when I've recently been contacted by somebody who sent me a really long email breaking down their entire World Below campaign, and I ended up sending them a very long email in response because they asked for some advice, and I'm more than happy to advise people on The World Below. It's probably my favourite game to have worked on in many ways. It makes me feel that, well, it makes me feel happy. Simple as that. So of course I'm going to tell you about the games I've worked on. I want you to find them. I want you to pick up copies. And if you have the wherewithal, I want you to get in touch and let me know if you enjoyed them or not. And if you did, leave reviews, leave comments on RPGNet or DriveThruRPG, wherever you picked them up, and say, this game was fantastic, 5 stars, or words to that effect, because it makes other people buy them, as I've said many times before. So I'm never going to stop selling the games I work on. That would be foolish, even though I know it gets under some of your skin. Which leads me to a sale pitch, because coming up in a week's time, we have a crowdfunding campaign going live for 2 new books for The World Below. Basically, the Player's Handbook and the Story Guide's Handbook, in the form of the Delver's Guide and Secrets of Calm and Chaos. It's a twofer, 2 books on 1 crowdfunding campaign, with new playable archetypes, new sorceries, new adventures, rules for pet taming, mount taming, fishing and cooking mini-games, new explorations of the various planar spaces in the world below, the obscure, the dark, the abyss. So much in these books. There is so much to find. Really deep dives into various settlements and communities that exist within the world below, so that you can actually find out a little more about Telver's Hearth and Mudtown and other and new settlements too. There is a lot coming out in these 2 books. I would easily classify them as some of the most useful, utilitarian, but also flavorful RPG source books that I have had the pleasure to work on. So with all of that said, I am not going to stop asking you to spend money. I'm sorry. I need to get paid to stay in this industry full time. But more than anything, I'm not going to stop telling you about the games I've worked on, because these games make me happy. I want them to make you happy. And if you pick up a copy of a game and you enjoy it, it makes it worthwhile for me. I'm not doing this. I'm not pouring my thoughts out into a vacuum, I hope. I am putting them into games that I'm hoping people will enjoy, will bring people together, allow excellent stories to be told. So there is my PSA. I'm sorry, it wasn't much of a rant. I could have sworn a lot more, you bunch of fucking cunts, but I didn't. I held back, because this is the Gentleman's Guide to Gaming, and I appreciate every single one of you, some more than others. As always, one thing I appreciate even more, and I found especially in the live streams that I do every Tuesday to Thursday, practically, we do another video game, is when people engage. I know not everyone's one for commenting or liking or subscribing. I've never been one to ask people to do it, or I never used to be. But when doing live streams, you have to, because the more likes that get pumped in, the more chat that gets pumped in, the more it appears in different people's subscriber feeds. That's the way the algorithm works. I've learned that is the way that these pre-recorded videos work too. So if you want this video to go wide, if you want other people in the subscription feed to find it, same for any other of my videos, it doesn't hurt if you can just say cool video or words to that effect in the chat, in the comments, something like that. It helps the video reach more people, which means more people find out about the games I've worked on, which means we get more role players in the world with any luck. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you next time.